Hi, this is Barry. How you doing? I'm a retired electrician after 40 years, and I took up the hobby of quilting in retirement. And today we're going to do something with quilting, but a little different. I'm going to make a pillowcase, and I wanted to show you. I have a friend of mine named Cynthia in Chicago sent me this coal miner fabric. My grandfather was a coal miner who was killed in the coal mines. My great-grandfather was a coal miner who was killed in a coal mine. So it took us a while to learn that maybe we shouldn't be coal miners. But, but I'm going to make this for my dad. I made this slip cover pillow out of the fabric. So thank you, Cynthia, for sending the fabric. I know he's going to really like it. I haven't made anything for my mom yet, except for, well, I made a placemat for her early. So I think I'm going to make this, take this Dresden plate and make a pillow out of it. And we'll get on with that for a minute. But I just wanted to touch, for you that may know, I just bought a long arm. And last night I thought I would give it a whirl, and hopefully maybe I'll show you me starting it up real fast. I'm just going to divert for a minute and show you me using the long arm for the first time. All right, here's my first attempt at doing something. But here's what I found out the problem was. Look at this. This was the front side, which was looking really bad. The stitches weren't even, and they were different sizes. It was just a mess. And I didn't really understand until I got on the other side. And now I know it's got to be a tension issue, hopefully. But I was sort of glad to find that, because now I know it's nothing serious. I just got to figure out if it's a tension issue and fix it. So to make this slip pillow, this one here is for a, oh, let me get it. I bought a 19 or 18 by 18 pillow, and what I've deduced so far that whatever size pillow you want to make it, you make these about 1 inch larger. So this is a 19 by 19 inch, and then on the back side I've got a 19 by 15 inch piece, and I've got a 19 by 14 inch piece. And what we're going to do is I'm going to turn these over 1/4 of an inch, press it, and then turn it over another 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to stitch right along here, maybe at least once if not twice, and back stitch it on the ends. And I will get back with you. I'm going to do it on this one and then do it on this end here, and I'll be right back. All right, first of all, I forgot to tell you, let's talk about the Dresden. I've showed you me making this in another video. If you're interested, I'll do a video of me making the Dresdens. But what I did was I took my, after I got my Dresden put down, I took my little ruler and just made sure that I was the same distance on all 4 corners from the side. And then I just took my sewing machine and I stitched right along the edge. And you think that would be hard. I mean, it's not easy, but I mean, if you just watch your needle and go slow, just go all the way around here. I think I did one of these in maybe 10 minutes. And then I did the same thing with the circle. Still got custom strings. And then for down through the lines here, I just lined up the center of my needle, and I just kept making sure these two fabrics were equally apart, and I just tried to do my best to stitch in a ditch all the way around 20 times, and I don't think it looks that bad. But let me just tell you this, if you make these Dresdens, the secret ingredient is starch. Because when I first made these, they were all poofed up and sort of wonky. And as soon as I put the starch on there, that caused the fabric to shrink. They shrunk down really nice. I was able to press them out pretty flat, and I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. So I've done about 10 of these so far, and I just wanted to try. I thought this would be a quick and easy way to figure out if how easy these Dresden plates would be to stitch down, and they're not. I won't say they're easy, but they're pretty easy for a beginner like me. But what you want to do now that I got both the fabrics cut, and if you see, I put a 1/4 inch, turned it in once, and then turned it over against it, so now I've got no raw edges. I sewed right along the very seam there, and I cut this is a 19 by 15, and I don't think it really matters which way it goes which, and this is a 19 by 14, and if you've got printed fabric, just remember to face, the good sides are facing towards each other. Make sure you do that. I've done the other way and had to pick it apart. Not fun. So make sure you have right sides together. And I'll line this up. Now what we want to do here is I'm going to put my gauge on my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch all the way around. And like I said, when you get to here, back stitch just for support. I back stitches in the corners, and that's what I'm going to do now, and I'll be back when I get that done. Okay, I'm back. Like you said, I sewed a 1/2 inch all along. Like I said, doubled, back stitched over all the crucial corners, especially right there at that seam. Now I'm going to take and cut just the corners of these off. Just clip the corner. They tell me that helps when you turn points there. There, one more. How we doing? So if you've never made one of these, I'm going to put a link down to Melanie Ham's video. She is the lady that the first thing I ever sewn was a pillow for my daughter, and she does a lot better job at explaining it than I do. But now that you have it, now we're just going to take this and turn it inside out like such. I think this is going to turn out good. We'll get these corners. And like I said, let me know if you want to do a video on the Dresdens. That's my favorite block right now is the Dresden. So my crochet needle helping me get the points. Get the point. That could be a joke. My crochet needle helps me get right to the point. Now that we got that, we're going to press this real fast. Where's my mat? Here it is. I'll clean these strings up here in a minute. But I'm going to try to press right on the seam here, so we get a crisp seam. Things I never thought I'd ever say 6 months ago. All right, we're almost done. We take our pillow as such, stick it in here. This is why you double stitch that one side, just for that stress right there. I just figured that out. Come on. I'll fluff it out here, but pretty much that's it. That's my Dresden plate pillow. I hope you like it. I think this measured about 14 inches, the Dresden plate on the 19-inch fabric, just to give you an idea of how much space I had left over. I had about 2.5 inches on both, all the way around. And here's the back side. So I hope you liked it, and I hope my mom likes it. And remember to go out and make some memories. I'm sure this is like a little memory right here all by itself. So these are fairly quick and easy. Go out and make some memories, and I will see you later. Bye.